Hey guys, Meteorologist Chris Tomer here with this morning mountain weather update. All right, here's what I'm seeing this morning. So still looking at a pattern shift for the west on or after 321. The bulk of the heavy snow comes like 322 through 327 with two different storm systems. So until then, we're still under high pressure and sort of in a waiting game until after 321. You can see the timing here, Sierra, Tetons, Wasatch, Colorado. There's like an initial little band of light snow around afternoon, evening of 321, but the bulk of the heavy snow comes between 322 and 326 for most places. Still looking at heavy snow for the Banff area. In the northeast, your real shot of moderate to heavy snow comes 323 and 325. So we'll look at all that in this forecast update. First stop is water vapor satellite imagery this morning. So there's our little cutoff low. It's probably got another 12 to 24 hours and then it's dead. So it was left for dead, cut off from the flow. Now you've got, this is all part of the pattern shift. You got a low here, a low back here, and really another low right here. So all of that will become part of this pattern shift for the west, a buckling jet stream. In fact, we're going to get both jet streams involved with this. And here is that forecast jet pattern. So by the end of day today, you can see the pattern. The low is dying. You've got a high pressure ridge across the Pacific Northwest. Now watch what happens on 320. Things start to shift a little bit, especially up in BC. We'll start to get some snow production up there. But by 321, you can now see the area of low pressure approaching the Pacific Northwest and parts of California. You can see the dip. So we're going to get both jets involved. Here it comes. Now that low is moving through California, the Pacific Northwest, into Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Utah, 323. And then the whole thing moves into Utah, Colorado, Wyoming, 324. And then it's through by 325. Now on the back side, you can see the next jet streak. There's a potential for another storm system sliding in on that jet. 325, there it is. 326, you can see the next trough sliding through Utah, New Mexico, Colorado. And potentially it spins up into a little stronger storm system in southeast Colorado, right in there. And then by 328, it's gone. And then by the end of 328, the pattern really favors the Pacific Northwest and BC. You can see the jet ushering in the next storm system up there. Okay, putting precip on top of all this, so there's what's left over around the four corners of our cutoff low for today, and then that's it. By tomorrow into the 21st, here comes that initial little wave of snow, and then here comes the main storm system. There it is, 323. By the afternoon, you've got snow in the Sierra, snow through Montana, Idaho, snow up in Banff, south, and snow in the Wasatch, and then it develops in Colorado into 324, 325. There's basically what's left over of the first storm system. Now you can start to look to the Pacific Northwest. In Northern California, here comes the next storm system. You can see the energy riding in, 326, 327, and look at that. It potentially spins up into a little stronger storm system there. For southeast Colorado, that could enhance some of the totals across Colorado. We'll have to see if that happens. But then by 328, it's out of here, and potentially that next storm system would be aimed, the trajectory with the jet would be for the Pacific Northwest and the BC area. Okay, latest numbers, my grand total map. So by late 328, the numbers are pretty similar to what we talked about yesterday afternoon. 1 to 2 feet for the Tetons, the Wasatch, and Colorado. 1 to 2 feet for the Sierra. Looking now, some of the numbers have crept up a little bit in Idaho, looking at probably a foot or maybe a little bit more. Montana is still sitting at 8 to 14 inches. Still great numbers for interior BC and the Banff area, looking at a foot or more. And in a lot of places, including the Powder Highway, you've got Washington and Oregon at 2 feet or more. So let's break it down by time period. First time period is very quiet. Today through tomorrow, next 48 hours, you might start to see on the 20th some snow begin to develop over parts of the Banff area. And then the second time period, 321 through 323, things start to drop south, the jet starts to buckle. We'll start to see at least the first stages of the first storm system, and so that's why the numbers are ticking up, especially in southern BC, parts of Montana, Idaho, and the Tetons, and snow headed towards the Wasatch and the Sierra. Now, this is the final time period. 324 through 328 captures the last piece of the first storm and all of the second storm, and that's where we get the rest of our accumulation, and we end up with those big grand totals. Okay, let's go to the northeast. Again, a lot of what you see here falls on 323 and 325. Up until that point, it's just light snow accumulation. So we could be looking at some good snow here, moderate to heavy accumulations, assuming the 323 and 325 snow stay on track. All right, guys, we'll end on the grand total map here by late 328. You can see it anywhere in purple's over a foot, and we've got 1 to 2 feet for a lot of places coming with 2 different storm systems. All right, thanks for tuning in here this morning. Always appreciate it, and take care.